Hello, Kelly here, Animal Instinct. Welcome to my channel. I'm here for my week 2 Stitch Maynia update. It's Saturday, May the 16th today, so we're over halfway. I'm having lots of fun touching my whips every day, so if you haven't seen my updates before this, I am working on one whip every day, one different whip every day during May. I will put in my nightly update videos here. It is Saturday, May the 9th, and I spun my Lakeside Needlecraft Woodland sale for today. As you can see, this is part 11 and there's only one part to go after this. I really enjoy this sale. Designed by Durene Jones. I love how the animals look so realistic. I received this installment earlier last week, and I did make a little start on it, but I'm really excited to show you that I actually have a finish. So there is my month 11 finish of Mr. Fox. I knew he must have been coming at some point. So now the big mystery is what is going to be month 12. It's a really nice stitch. There's not a large number of DMC colours. They're just repeated throughout in different combinations. So you get consistency and it all sort of ties together. This back stitching makes a huge difference. It's very easy to follow. It's a really well done pattern. So there's my Mr. Fox. It's stitched on 32 count even weave in the Woodland colour, and I bought that from Lakeside Needlecraft. Okay, so let's see what I'm going to spin for tomorrow. All right, it's quiet at the moment. The baby is asleep. Oh, it's a bit of a relief. He is full on. Great, story time, full coverage piece for tomorrow. See you then. It's Sunday, May the 10th. I apologise for the dryer noise in the background. And I do have a little monster having fun back there too. Today I worked on Zazac Namoo's Story Time, a Gecko Rouge kit. I'm stitching it on 18 count Ada. I've filmed this a few times. I'm just going to go with it because there's been various noises going on in the background. I'll pop a photo in of where I was last time. And then this is where I got to today. So I put in about 500 stitches, just shy of 500 stitches today. So pretty happy with that. It was nice to work on Pattern Keeper again. And yeah, but that one can now go away and I'll grab the iPad and Tiny Decisions and we'll see what's happening tomorrow. Right. Sorry. What did we get? Anzac. Okay, great. Looking forward to working on Anzac tomorrow. See you then. Good morning. It's May the 12th, but this is actually video for my stitching on May the 11th. I had someone sabotage my video again last night, so I'm going to redo it. You might be able to hear him in the background. I spun Anzac by Long Dog Samplers. Love this one, full of Aussie and Kiwi animals. I'm going to really enjoy filling it in. I'm doing the border and some of the decorative parts in Inner Silks for You PR 124, which you can see here. And then I'm going to fill in at least some of the animals in sort of semi-realistic colours. So I'll pop a photo in of where I was before. I'm stitching it on 28 count coffee and tea dyed Lugana. It was a piece of hand dyed fabric I bought years ago now, and it was bright pink, not what I was expecting. So I tried to dye it myself, and the colours aren't quite right today, but that's okay. So this is where I am. I think I started, where did I start? Around here. I filled in all of this part. So not entirely sure what sort of a bird that is. And then there's a Brumby, and then this is actually the echidna's tongue. So I've got about 1/5 of the way to go, I think, to finish out this right hand border. That was really fun, and I'll be slightly sad to put it away. Now, I had a little snag on yesterday's clip. You would have seen Reggie come and jump up at me as I was spinning. Well, he spun for today as well. So no spin, no real-time spin, because he already did it for me. But this is my piece for today, Coastal. It's a Gecko Rouge kit. It's the first piece I bought when I got back into stitching again, before I discovered the whole wide world of cross stitch that's available. So it'd be nice to put in a few stitches on that. It's a big full coverage piece, so I won't get too much progress, but that's okay. That's my plans for maybe lunch and this evening. See you later. It's now Tuesday evening, May the 12th, and I've put a few stitches into Coastal by Rozanne Bell, a Gecko Rouge kit. I'm really tired though, so not too much progress today. This one was the piece I bought that got me back into stitching, and it's on 25 count with 1 strand of floss. I'll pop a photo in of where I was. And this is where I am now. So I'm just starting up on, that's the top of the 4th page. So just put a little bit of the blue in. It's kind of endless sky. A few challenges with this one. First of all, it's good old fashioned paper copy, which is just different, but not a problem. The bigger problem is that I didn't have a working copy of this page, so I didn't want to mark the original, so I haven't marked off any stitches. And also, when I started this piece, I didn't quite understand the gridding, and my grid is off. So I've stitched a reminder further back in the piece, and I've put a reminder on the chart as well to remind myself of what, like where the first stitch is, because it's not where it should be. Anyway, that one's going to go away, and we'll spin for tomorrow. A little sleepy kitty on my lap tonight. Whoops. And someone else watching over there. Trying to stay awake by the looks of it. I think we're all going to have an early night. Okay, so this is hard to do with one hand, but that's all right. Try and figure it out. Let's see. Alice in Wonderland by Brooke's Books. Great. See you tomorrow. It's the evening of Wednesday the 13th of May, and today I spun Brooke's Books Wonderland series, Alice. I'm stitching all 12 of her characters in one piece one day, and I've started with Alice. I'll pop a photo in here of where I was. And this is where I've gotten to today. I've made some good progress. Cute little kitty, and finished her boots and her stockings, started on her dress. These are a couple of mushrooms. And am stitching it on 28 count Lugana. It's Silver Springs by Colour Cascade Fabrics, and as you can see, I think it's Opal, so sparkly. Had fun with this one today, very enjoyable. Another one that I'll look forward to stitching with after May. Not sure when it will come out again. So let's spin for tomorrow. Peroy, the slug. We'll see you tomorrow. It's the 14th of May, Thursday, and today I've been working on Peroy by Stacy Nash Primitives in her Animal Crackers series. He's just this cool slug. He's a fun stitch, pretty simple. So I'll pop a photo in of where I was before. And I'm stitching him on 32 count linen. It's R&R Linen Stars Hollow Blend, 2 strands of floss over 2 strands of fabric. This is where I'm up to. Isn't he handsome? I'm just about done. Like, Peroy himself is completely finished. I just have to finish up the green grass that is sliding through. So there's about, what's that, 3 full rows across plus a little bit extra. So I definitely need to come back to him soon after May is finished to finish him and then fully finish him into the little pillow, because I think that will be fun. But he needs to go away, and oh, smeary iPad needs a bit of a clean. Let's have a look at what we've got for tomorrow. Remove the glare. Haha! Another full coverage piece. Righto, we'll see you tomorrow. It's Friday the 15th of May, and today I spun Medusa Dollmaker's artwork It's Only Forever, a Gecko Rouge kit. If you know the movie Labyrinth, you recognise a few characters in there. I'm stitching it on Jody Redesigns Galaxy on 18 count Ada, so it's going to look really nice, I think. A lot of it's not a full coverage piece, there are a little bit of see-through, I think, so you'll see that fabric from behind. This is where I'd gotten to, pulled it out last night, set it up on the Q snap, got everything ready, went to find the page I'm working on, which is page 1. It was not with the project. I had a bit of a look. It must be somewhere else with it. It must be tucked away with another project, but do you think I could find it? And I haven't gotten around to purchasing the digital pattern yet, so I don't want to work on any other page because it's a fair way to skip over, and I don't want to make a mistake. So unfortunately, It's Only Forever is out today. So I was trying to think what else I could work on, keeping in line with the rules of working on whips. And this is actually a whip that I started last weekend. I made a very small start. This is this year's Stitch along. So Stitch is a cross-stitch designing company, I guess, run by a husband and wife team, Em and Matt, STEOTCH. Every year they do a mystery stitch along. I've done it the last 2 years. This will be my 3rd. I wasn't really sure if I'd take part again. It's a lot of fun, but it is a fair amount of work. But as soon as they released this, normally you wouldn't know what you're stitching, but they've changed things around this year just due to the situation we find ourselves in. And it's house, bless this house. So fits with the theme of everyone being at home. House MD, I loved that show. So I knew that I needed to do it.
and it was just kind of an aside to Maynia. So I had started it, so I guess it's technically a whip. So I've chosen to stitch on 18 count sterling by Picture This Plus. It's only a fairly small design, and they get you to choose 6 colours, contrasting colours, so from really light to really dark, to make sure you get like the highlights of the face through the darkness of the hair. People are choosing all sorts of palettes. It's really fun. It's there's a group that you need to join called Stitch Alone. I'll have it listed, and you just need to read the group rules to find out what the password or what the correct answer is to the question that they ask. There's a lot of silliness in there. There are challenges. It's fun. The latest challenge is normally they get you to take photos of you and your whip in great interesting places, but because we can't go anywhere at the moment, they're getting people to take photos at home, imitating the Leaning Tower of Pisa and the pyramids. What else have I seen? Antarctica. I've seen people just using household items to create these scenes. It's really funny. So I do recommend the group. The Stitch Along is pay what you want, so you're not obliged to pay anything if you can't, although, you know, they put a lot of work into creating these patterns and making this community. The group is something else, so I will be paying something. Yeah, highly recommend it. So I've only made a small start there. Yeah, I think it's going for, is it 6 to 8 weeks? Can't really remember. If you're interested, go check out the Facebook group, and all the info's there. So that's what I'm going to work on today, and I will check in later. See ya.
I'm back. Turns out I've got a bit of a headache this afternoon, so I'm just going to call it. Today's a bit of a fail, but that's okay. These things happen. So let's spin for tomorrow. Let's have a look. What have we got? Great. Happy with that. Catch you tomorrow.
So yes, a little bit of a mistake yesterday. Could not find that page 1 of the pattern. It'll be in another project somewhere. So I mentioned I was going to work on my Stitch, but I'm finding on this particular 18 count Ada having 2 strands of floss is a bit squishy. It doesn't seem to be the case in every lot of 18 count Ada, but this one it is, and I definitely need to use 2 strands because it's full of blends. So I'm rethinking the fabric on that one. And what I ended up doing was setting up for my mugshot of a cat felon, which is today's project, last night, and I got started on that. So that's what I've also been working on a little bit today. This is the project. It's another Gecko Rouge kit. I had barely got any done. I'd just done really one of the eyes and a little bit of the other eye, and that's it. It's a nice compact pattern for a full coverage piece. The whole thing, this is an 11 by 11 Q-snap, and the whole thing fits on the Q-snap. So I've done more on his face, and I have this one on Pattern Keeper, so I've been able to do, I felt, I guess, a bit more comfortable coming out and doing some more filling in like further away from the center where I started. So pretty happy with that. I'm going to do a little bit more on that tonight. Cats the musical is on YouTube at the moment, so I am going to watch that and stitch my cat. So all we've got left to do is to spin for tomorrow, which will be day 17. I do have a kitten balanced precariously on my lap. He's driving me and Jemima a little bit crazy. Yep, no biting. But we do love him. Might not feel like that sometimes, but right. So let's see what we've got for tomorrow. Ah, the Pilgrim, excellent. So long dog sampler, that'll be fun to work on. I'm not sure how much stitching time I'll get tomorrow. I'm actually going to our local farmers markets. I haven't done that in months. So having a little expedition tomorrow. I'm picking my mum up. We're going to the farmers markets to get some locally grown fruit and veg. And then we're going to meet my dad at my brother's coffee shop. Cafes are allowed to have limited outdoor seating in Adelaide at the moment, but it's really, really hard because the staff need to sort of police the degree of social distancing that's going on, and also sanitize all the stuff between customers. And for my brother's little shop, it's just not really practical, so they're not open for seating yet, but they are open for takeaway coffees. So we will say hello to my brother and get our takeaway coffee and catch up. So that's going to be my morning tomorrow. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying Maynia. I've continued to enjoy watching some of the updates. There is a lot of content out there on YouTube, which is excellent. And all going well. I will see you again in another week. See ya.